Talk about 2025's Frankenstein featuring Guillermo Del Toro, the Netflix release. Okay, first off, for fans of Guillermo Del Toro, it gets the Guillermo Del Toro treatment. It's rich in detail, visual detail, and splendour. You've got a singular red dress popping right out of the frame. No other red in the frame or a red umbrella. His attention to detail, the development of the monster. Oscar Isaac's Victor Frankenstein brings to life part of a cadaver like a body just below the chest and arms using electricity. The mechanics of bringing it to life are brought into more detail. Electrifying the lymphatic system is all quite visual. Christoph Waltz shows up as the rich benefactor who's funded Frankenstein, who, a nice little detail for the story, essentially wants to create a super soldier for the war that is ending, to put pressure on Victor Frankenstein. And then we have Jacob Elordi, who becomes the monster. There's an early backstory with Victor Frankenstein and his father, played by Tyrion Lannister. Not Tyrion Lannister, I forget his name. Um, and he's abusive to Oscar Isaac, or neglectful. So Oscar Isaac becomes his own version of the abusive father with Jacob Elordi, who's the son, who's this tender little creature. And Jacob Elordi is absolutely spectacular in his movement and the kind of body fetishism that you see in The Shape of Water with the creature is there, and he plays it with an enormous sensitivity, really like a little puppy dog. And of course, Frankenstein becomes a human. Like, Frankenstein is a human in this film, albeit superhuman. And Robert De Niro's one from 1984, which I like, with Kenneth Branagh, he was a monster brought to life, a lonely monster, which was that film was kind of become a metaphor for loneliness and isolation. This is very much about male individuality and fathers and sons, and Frankenstein's thirst for a partner, and uh, his obsession with Victor Frankenstein, his father, is all to do with the independence the son wants the father to grant him. I mean, that's the subtext of the film, and it's all told in absolutely spectacular visual splendour. Action abound, gothic romance, swooning scenes, and um, visually it's absolutely spectacular. Visually, it's his best film. I mean, he's got the most resources, and for someone like Guillermo del Toro, the resources to build the sets are what's most important. Every little detail seems to be brought to life. There was a Frankenstein gets lost and descends upon a small cottage where he befriends a blind man who educates him, and there's a little goblin on the top of the doors, and just little details that bring that kind of richness to life. I mean, the threat of violence is always there, but the subtext of lust for love, fathers and sons, and the thirst for independence, the maddening father obsessed with straightening the disobedient son, uh, that Oscar Isaac plays is Oscar Isaac is absolutely fantastic. The performance almost goes over your head because he's frustrating. I mean, you expect Victor Frankenstein to be some sort of hero, but the love and lust that Guillermo del Toro has for Frankenstein, it just overwhelms the whole picture. My son even described him as beautiful, um, even in his sensitivity. And I suppose as a teenager, he identified immediately with the scenario that was going on. And it's just absolutely fantastic. I can't wait to watch it again. I think I'll have to do a second video because things will leap out at me, other aspects of it. But front and centre, what I'm talking about here is the subtext of the film. And of course, you know, Frankenstein is a meta-human, so there's no reason why a woman can't identify with her. You know, the thirst for independence, the thirst for a partner. In art, you know, the lead character effectively is genderless because it's not real and we're watching it on screen. So there's much to enjoy with the film, and I think the love for it is only going to grow over time. I think it's probably its best film. I do love Shape of Water, but there's just I found a deep personal connection to this. The Shape of Water has really high entertainment value, and Hellboy, of course, is fantastic. But this is really, really a fine work of art. I mean, Guillermo del Toro is the heir apparent to Stanley Kubrick, in my opinion. Alright, like and subscribe, share the video. Thank you.